team working on Skull and Bones has provided an update via their official Reddit page regarding a patch that is coming out tomorrow, March 1st, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, which translates to 3 a.m. Central Standard Time and 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The servers will be down for an hour as they implement this patch with fixes and improvements. There's some really good stuff in here, and there's some unfortunate news. However, starting things off strong, they've noted that they have adjusted and made tweaks to the ambushers from Lepeste's fleet, notably the rogues and plague hunters. They will both be automatically despawning when their target enters out of combat mode. So when you've disengaged and gotten away from them, there will not be more of them spawning as time goes on. They've also made a reduction of the aggressive behavior from the rogue ambushers and the Lepeste plague hunters that has been pissing off a wide amount of the community. They will disengage after a shorter period of time once you are entering a den safe zone. They will also stop pursuing you if you manage to create significant distance from them, and they will focus on the player that triggered them unless you attack them. This is a great change. Since Season 1 and since the update, rogues have been doing just that, going rogue, and they've been pissing off a lot of the community. It's created a very stressful and annoying environment as opposed to something that's enjoyable and challenging. So I think these changes will help to mitigate those issues. They've also changed the spawn rate of the Plague Prince as a reinforcement. It's been reduced from 50% to a 25% chance of spawning. You will need more Plaguebringer Captain heads to reach the maximum spawn rate, and their spawn frequency has also been reduced. When at the lowest level of hostility, they've increased the spawn intervals from 200 seconds to 360 seconds. To reach maximum level of hostility, you will now require 10 heads instead of 7. And the spawn interval will remain at 90 seconds. So before, if you had one Plague Captain head, the spawn intervals were 200 seconds. It's now been adjusted to 300 seconds. If you have 2 Captain heads, it was 170 before, now it's 330. If you have 3 Captain heads, it was 130 seconds before, and now I think it's been adjusted to 300. There's a missing number there. And 5 Captain heads, the spawn intervals were 110 seconds before. It's now been moved up to 200 seconds. And 7 heads, it was 90 seconds before. It has now been adjusted to 120. And then once you reach max capacity, it's 90-second intervals. I think this is a great change that also helps supplement the issues from the rogue ambushers and plague hunters. So hopefully this creates a more cohesive and enjoyable experience while also still providing a challenge for players as they encounter Lepeste's fleet. They've also noted that they have scaled the difficulty of rogue ambushers proportionate to the number of pieces of 8 you are carrying. Previously, the number of pieces of 8 carried would increase the frequency of spawn for rogue ships. So right now, the ships that spawn will be ranked 9 if you carry 1 to 399 pieces of 8. It will be rank 10 if you have 400 to 2,499 pieces of 8. Rank 11 if you have 2,500 to 14,999 pieces of 8. And anything from 15,000 pieces of 8 to higher will spawn rank 12 ships. They've also fixed a bug where only Lepeste plague hunters are spawning as reinforcements when players carried pieces of 8. After the update, either rogue ambushers and plague hunters may spawn as reinforcements when players are carrying pieces of 8. In addition, all rogue ambushers should now drop loot, which is great. They noted that they've seen a lot of feedback from the community regarding the Cutthroat Cargo event. They identified a challenge some players had to catch up with the player carrying the legendary treasure map. So they've made some changes to help facilitate and mitigate these issues. They've implemented a maximum ship speed reduction by 20% for the person carrying the item, and a stamina depletion speed increased by 150%. This seems like a hell of a jump with the stamina depletion, so I'm interested to see what that feels like in the game. But initial reaction, I'm like, damn! Furthermore, after monitoring the situation, they have reduced the speed debuff on carriers for Helm Wager to lower it to 5%, and they are actively monitoring PvP feedback with all activities. For some quality of life improvements, they have now rearranged the weapon display management menu for ships. They've changed the way weapons are sorted in the menu in the following order. Currently equipped will be in the first spot. Currently equipped in other slots on the ship will be in the second spot. Not equipped to anything will be in the third, and equipped on other ships will be in the last spots. They've also created additional categorizations, which will group weapons by type by descending gear score. This is a small change. They noted it in the dev stream, and I'm glad that it's being implemented. It will make things a little bit more organized, but not a huge impact to the game overall. They have made an adjustment to players' names display so they'll be more easily readable, regardless of the environment you're in. They've noted that they've increased service stability, and they've also changed the automated ban criteria to change the prevention of abuse from using the reporting tool and avoiding players getting banned unfairly. However, the bad news is vocal and text chat is still disabled in the game. They are working hard on resolving this technical issue. A little annoyed to hear this. I saw the patch notes get posted on Twitter, and I was so excited. I thought for sure that the voice and text chat would be implemented in this patch. Unfortunately, it is not. I do have to say, they need to get this done within the next 2 weeks at most, I would say. It's a huge barrier between people being able to have a more engaging community and experience when on the game for people that care about the voice and text chat, which I know is a wide section of the community. It's a large number of the community. And it just creates a more disengaged community player experience. You know, it avoids a lot of people being able to collaborate with one another in co-op events, meet people that also enjoy the game, but then also have that fun banter. Sure, there'll be trash talking. If that's not your thing, then obviously you have to do what you have to do to eliminate that. But the fact that it is not an option for people to engage with other players definitely creates a less engaging environment for those that do care about it. It needs to be implemented as soon as possible. Overall, I do think this is great news. Since the Season 1 update has launched, the members of Lepest Fleet have been a pain in the ass and have created a very annoying and stressful environment. We do want a challenge. We love a challenge here, but it should still be fun and enjoyable, and it's just felt like a chore because of how active they are. So I'm glad that they've made some adjustments to decrease that activity to where there's still going to be a challenge, but they're not going to be as much of a pain in the ass. Now, along with the patch notes on Reddit, they have also noted some seasonal content changes that will be happening throughout the season. So right now, Lepest and his fleet are focused on the coast of Africa from February 27th to March 12th. They will then shift their focus to the Red Isles, March 12th to March 26th. They will then turn to the East Indies, March 26th to April 9th, and they will be in open seas from April 9th to April 30th, and May 1st to May 28th to the end of the season. The Bladed Bastion, Lepest makes his final stand to try to take over the Indian Ocean from April 16th to May 28th. They have noted that multiple merchant convoys, new world events coming to the trade routes throughout the Indian Ocean will be featured throughout the season. The Opwelling, which is a new DMC world event, will be available from March 5th to March 12th, and March 19th to March 26th, and then April 30th to May 7th. The Jaws of Retribution, which is the new sea monster, will be available from March 5th to March 26th, and May 21st to May 28th. The new Farah Elite Warship World event will be available from April 2nd to April 9th, April 16th to April 23rd, and May 14th to May 28th. And then the new Ghost Ship will be available and around the Indian Ocean March 26th to April 16th, and May 21st to May 28th. They also noted that the new ship brought in through the Smuggler's Pass is available to all, so everybody will be able to access it via the free track, which is great. I know there's been a lot of concerns about that and comments on different videos and online that I've seen, so everybody will have access to that, which is fantastic. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon to be notified every single time I upload here on the YouTube channel, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. In addition, I also stream on both Twitch and YouTube every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Would love to have you come by, come hang out. And if you're interested, the link to the patch notes so you can read up on them yourself will be in the description, along with an invite link to the Discord server to engage with our community. We would love to have you. And again, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.